So hello, welcome to this first diamond painting creating video that I've made. So what this will be, this is going to be a monthly video, possibly more if I've got some extra done, but each month I will do an unboxing. I will then film myself actually doing the diamond painting, and then I will give a post review. I have a little review sheet which I'll go through later on, but this is the project that we'll be doing this month. So this is a Wolf 30 by 40 centimeter canvas, beautiful special shape drill diamond painting. This one comes from Fansells. It's £2.99. Now I did pay £7 shipping for 14 diamond paintings, so I'm actually going to call this 50p postage. I bought this on the 19th of July. It was shipped on the 20th of July, so I was quite happy with that. And it was received, they said that you'll receive them within 20 days. They didn't state whether that 20 days was actual days or business days, but I cannot remember the actual date I received, but I did work out to be less than 20 days. Excuse me. So let's have a look at some of the pictures. So this is a partial. It doesn't say it's a partial, but if you look closely at the picture you can see the shiny bits and the non-shiny bits, so we know it's a partial, and it's special shaped drills. So there we go, there's a closer look of the drills, so that really does confirm it's a partial. So diamond cloth, it's got 10 colours, and that is just a generic picture because I know that is not 30 by 40 unless that's a doll's house still. And then there's a couple of other pictures. So let's go through the description. Some of these can be quite generic, but we'll go through them anyway. Inspired design, diamond shape, perfect size, 2.8mm. I don't even understand half of this, I'll be honest with you. So it's a DS008, DS009, DS019. If anyone understands that bit there, please explain to me. The colour is as shown. I'm guessing this is quite generic. It's canvas and resin diamond. There we go, it's a partial drill, special shape drill, and it's 30 by 40, 11.82 by 15.75. Doesn't come in a frame, and it's suitable for living room, bedroom, classroom entrance. I think all of these would be suitable for living room, bedroom, classroom entrance, or wherever you'd like to put it. And then it goes on to explain how to do diamond painting, and the contents are 1 diamond cloth, 1 set of diamond painting tool, mud pen, speed up plate, special shaped diamonds, and at the moment there's no customer reviews. So what I have here is a diamond painting review sheet. Now I will stress I did not make this up myself. This was provided by a lovely lady whose name I cannot remember exactly where it originated from, but I will put the link in the description below. And this is a rather useful sheet, especially as it prints on one side, so you can use the back for any notes. And then all we need to do is fill it in. Now the way that I'm going to do my reviews, there are 5 sections for unboxing, and there are 5 sections for post review. I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 in every single section, and then as I find faults I will then remove one. So if for example I find a high proportion of dodgy drills, then that will start to lose marks. But yeah, so basically, you know, I will I'll knock marks off as appropriate. I won't necessarily knock one mark off, it really depends how major it is to me. And although you may not agree with the overall rating, I will apply a consistent system for my rating. So this will get a fair rating compared to another diamond painting that I will be doing. So let's have a look at the package. So you would have already seen this on another video, on an unboxing video, but this time I'm going to look at it in more detail. I'm going to treat this as though I've never seen it before. So you see that I put 30 by 30 on the front, not 30 by 40. When I did the unboxing, I did it as per how I saw it, so there is a reason for that. So let's have a look, and the first thing I'm going to look at is the fact that at the top it says 30 by 30. So this is not a 30 by 40 as advertised. So it will lose a mark for that. It will only lose the one mark because it doesn't affect the ability to diamond paint it. Whether it's a 50 by 50 or a 10 by 10, I can still diamond paint, so I see that as a smaller mark. However, one thing that looks a little bit funny to me is sometimes they say 30 by 30 canvas size, sometimes they say 30 by 30 drill area. I am looking for a 30 by 30 drill area, and I suspect, yes, this is a 30 by 30 canvas area, and the actual drill area is 23 by 23. So as far as I'm concerned, it loses another mark on the canvas, because not only is it advertised incorrectly, as far as I'm concerned, they've not even given us what they've now said it is. So unfortunately, 2 marks lost there. So the next thing I'm looking at is the type of glue, and this is, I believe it's a poured glue. So let me just straighten this out a little bit. Obviously it is just fresh out of the box. Normally what I would do with these is I would pop them under the bed for overnight just to straighten out, but I haven't got time to do that. So this is a poured glue, and the way you know it's poured glue is because generally it has this clear cover on it. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Yorkshire Crafter, who has sent me, which I cannot find at the moment, she has sent me a beautiful cover minder. It's genius in its simplicity, in that it's a star with a magnet on the back. I can't show you because I can't find it, so I do apologise. But what we would do is we would put a magnet underneath, and then we would just fold this back, and then we can just hold this open. So I'm going to have to hold it with my arm, and obviously you can't see this, but the glue is sufficient. I'm happy with that glue. We won't know until we've actually started to complete it how good it really is, but I find that glue quite satisfactory. I'm not so keen on these poured glues because I really don't like these covers. I can't see where I've cut them, so I have to put extra work in, and I have to put masking tape on them and then cut through the masking tape, because I really can't see. You know, I'm not old, but I haven't got really young eyes anymore, and so I do struggle with this clear paper. So there's only 10 diamonds, 10 different drills, and I'm quite happy with the clarity of the symbol on the actual canvas. That's fine. So without looking at any bits of paper, which you don't get any bits of paper with it, sometimes you get like a little cheat sheet, but obviously I can see on there that's very clearly a plus, and then I can see that plus is number 2, and then coming further down there's an up arrow there, and I can see that the up arrow is number 4. So I'm very happy with that. So long as I can understand the symbols, then I can get on with it. And lastly is the quality of the canvas. It's quite a cheap plasticky canvas. I won't give it any scores because of the quality of the canvas, because the way I see it is quite often you will frame these, so it doesn't really matter if it's printed on a piece of A4 paper. The actual canvas wouldn't be seen at the end if you're going to frame them, but it is obviously a cheaper canvas, and as you see, it is quite plasticky rather than clothy. So what that means is that if you should catch it, it's going to stand up, so it's going to be quite susceptible to creases, whereas a cloth canvas, it kind of has a memory. If you caught the edge and it bent up, cloth would go back to its normal position quite easily. So I'm just giving that another roll. So yeah, I'm very happy with that canvas, so let's give it a couple of scores to begin with. So I'm only going to give it an 8 for canvas quality, because as I said, not only is it not a 30 by 40, it isn't even the size it's advertised, so I'm going to give it 2 big marks. I'd like to give it even less. The shipping time, I have to give that a 10, because they shipped within 24 hours and it was received within the time that they advertised. I don't mind the shipping. I don't mind the shipping time. I let them tell me when it will arrive, and so long as it's clearly marked, then that's fine. If I'm not happy with 20-day shipping, I have the opinion that I shouldn't even be ordering from them. Advertising of the product, so this is where I get the opportunity actually to knock it down again on the canvas quality. So I'm not going to knock it down again for being 30 by 30, but I will knock it down again for not being a 30 by 40, and the reason for that is, if you say it's a 30 by 30 and the canvas is 30 by 30, you're not technically not telling the truth, because you are getting, as you see here, a 30 by 30. It is 30 by 30. It's perhaps a bit of a dirty trick, but it's not lying. But to actually advertise on your website 30 by 40 when it quite clearly isn't even that, that's why I'm knocking it down on a 9. So before I fill in the overall impression, I need to look at the drills, and you get a standard, sorry, I said drills and I pulled out the boat. So yeah, so what we get with this is a fairly standard kit. Now I don't actually use any of this, because obviously if you're anything like me, you're gone out and bought your favourite things, but I will try to look at this from a point of view of if this is your very first ever canvas. So here we have a one placing diamond painting tool, diamond painting pen, and this is perfectly good enough. The feel's not fantastic, there's a lot better. It doesn't feel as good as a pen. I wonder actually if I could take that out and put it in there. That's an interesting project for another time. So this is perfectly good enough for diamond painting, absolutely fine. You get a piece of wax. Now that wax doesn't look very much, but I would suspect that is more than enough to do this small diamond painting. And you get a boat. This is referred to as a boat. This is what you put your diamonds in while you're painting. It has little ridges in it, and you shake them and it turns them all upside down, and then you can turns them all the correct way round. This isn't my favourite boat. My favourite boat is the white one with the little spout, because then I can tip the diamonds back into whatever when I'm finished, but that is more than satisfactory for the job, and I've got to say these are horrible. These are plastic tweezers, and they're pointy tweezers. I know that there's a difference between pointy and flat when it comes to diamond painting. I've got to be honest with you, I can't remember which is which. But these are actually, I've dealt with some awful tweezers in my time, but these might be the worst tweezers ever. Having said that, there'll probably be people watching this right now going, well, actually I prefer the plastic tweezers. And if you prefer the plastic tweezers, then I'm going to say, well, hey, look what I've got. So I'll leave the boat out so that we can have a better look at the drills. So this is the point where I believe I have to give a warning that rustling may occur. Oh, we have an escapee there. I can see where that's come from, so I'll keep him and recover him. There's another one, but that looks like it's a different colour. That's not a problem, guys. You will often get the odd bit of runaway. So let's do these in the order. So this is colour number 1, and I can see there it's not quite caught the seal at the top. So let's use some proper tweezers. And my proper expensive tweezers are not doing the job properly. There we go. So that's number 1. That's some blue circles. That's all I'm going to refer them to at the moment. Let's just let's get this one out of the way. So these are nice, actually. Quite often, especially with these cheap Chinesey kits, you get them in like proper sealed bags, and they're heat sealed, so once they're open, they're open. These come in resealable baggies, which means that if you're a beginner and you haven't got the benefit of having spent ages sorting out storage trays, you can actually do them straight out of the bag. As you see there, look, I'm now ready to go, and these actually look really nice. These are really nice. This is my first ever special, by the way. Ignore the redness, because the redness is actually from the bottom. So let's get that camera really close up, shall we? This is a manual focus camera, so I do apologise. So that's actually quite a nice colour. I like that. So when I'm finished, I can just tip them straight back in the bag. And as you can see, I've only lost the one, which, believe me, is very good for me. So there you go. So if you're new to this and you have no equipment, if this is your very first one, for example, sorry, I've been playing with this focus and I can't get it back. So this is really good, because this is a very good, if you've been watching my live shows with Yorkshire Crafter, one of the things that we've discussed is storage for the beginner. Obviously once you've been going a couple of years, you'll have bought yourself some fancy storage. You'll probably have these particular drills already. So I'm just looking at the round ones, and I'm giving it a quick look, and I can see that the thing that I'm looking for any damaged drills. I'm looking for drills that separate so that I can tell there's no oil in them, because oil is a bit of a pain. And I'm also looking for any that might be the wrong colour. If they've got them mixed in the wrong colour, then obviously that's not good. If you can salvage some of the colours, that's fantastic. But one thing to note here, they don't actually give us a code. Now this one, I can't tell if this is oily or if they're just stuck together, or no, they're not oily. They you see they separate rather nicely, so they're good. So yeah, it's there is no code for these, but they are special drills, so there may actually be no code for these drills. It's going to make it slightly difficult to store them, because they'll have to be labelled and stored by description rather than by colour code. So obviously, for example, if I've got two pots labelled 310, but one is labelled R and one is S, and that's my round drills and my square drills. So, but yeah, this is really good for a first diamond painting. I'm really liking this one. So we've got 3 bags left. We've got the last bag of silver. Now I can't tell if these are the same on the top and the bottom. Let's have a look, because obviously all of these have got a silver base. Yes, I can see that they are crystally on the top, but because it's see-through, the top looks like the bottom. But these are super shiny. They're like, I'll tell you what, these particular ones, the way they reflect the light, it actually looks like I've got an LED bulb, just a white bulb that's switched on. The camera's not really picking it up too well, but trust me, they are shiny. Was it Rihanna who sung "Shine Like a Diamond"? That's probably what she was singing about. So the last 2 bags is, let's do them in order, shall we? Bag number 9, and these are just stars, and these actually have a shape and texture to them. I thought these would be like the silver stars that the teacher would stick on your exercise book when you've done good work, but they are actually raised. You can see from the way that where my finger is, I'm focusing on that one. As I move the light, they do sparkle differently, obviously far differently from normal drills, but it does just show off the texture. So the last bag that I have are these, I don't know what shape you would call these. They're kind of that's not a good thing to do, and that's why I like to work in a very clear area, because I've just dropped an entire bag of diamonds and everything is good. So yeah, these are kind of a leaf shape, aren't they? And these are a light purple, bit of a that I really like. Can you see that the way I'm just looking at? I'm just focusing on that one. Can you see how the light refracts and you get little reds and blues, which is obviously what purple is, but it kind of has this prism effect of just splitting the blue and purple into its 2 colours. That's really nice. So right, so my let's get this reviewed as a post review. So I cannot give this any less than 10 for the drills. I think the packaging is suitable. The canvas has come bent, but we know it's going to come bent unless they put it on 2 bits of cardboard, and then they put it in an envelope and they label it "Do not bend." But that's probably going to triple the cost of shipping. All I'll do is I'll pop this under my bed overnight. I'll go to bed, sleep for the night, and that'll come out flat as a pancake. The packaging is readable, it's more than readable. So that gives us an average of about 9. Is that right? Yeah, about 9. So my overall impression, would I buy again? To be honest with you, if you're a first time diamond painter, or even though you're not getting what's advertised in terms of size, I would say yeah, go for this. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 9. I know I'm knocking another mark off because of the size, but it is kind of bugging me with that size. They have clearly put on the website it's a 30 by 40. And the only excuse I can give them for doing that is that you can see that the canvas is actually 30 by 31. So have they rounded it up? but to round up from 31 to 40, I personally think that's extremely naughty, and I will kind of not forgive them for that. So 9 for overall impression. Would I buy again? Like I say, the one mark that's been taken off is the size, although the size doesn't actually affect the actual overall drilling. So what's going to follow next is me actually putting this together. What I tend to do is, as I make it, I will record it. I also take photographs. So what you'll get is you'll get me completing one square, and then you'll probably get me making the whole lot, but I'll play it all back in fast speed. If it looks like it's going to be way too long, what I'll do is I'll do one square of me actually making it, and then I'll do a picture of each square, and then the last square you'll see me actually putting it together. Now I personally do roughly a 7 to 10 by 10 by anything between a 7 by 7 and a 10 by 10 square I tend to do in about an hour. This is a partial, so I should do each square quicker than an hour, but if I divide this up by 10 by 10, that should be 9 squares, so that should be roughly 9 hours. So this is probably a day project. So yeah guys, so enjoy the video. At this particular moment of recording, I don't know what track I'm going to pick. Oh yes, I do. I found a lovely little copyright free track, which is I think you'll enjoy it. So this is the finished painting, and I am very happy with it. You can see it's very sparkly, very sparkly, and as you watch the video you can see that it just kind of comes alive as you pop the drills on. One thing I did notice, and it's obvious now you look at it, there is no block or confetti, it's all lines. And you see I just found, oh, there's a stray drill there. Oh there. I did drop my drills a few times while I was doing it. So everything was lines, and I really enjoyed that. You just picked a line and then followed it. And then there was the occasional special drill. So there's the oval ones, and then there's some stars, and I quite like the way that the stars went on to like a white patch, a yellowy white patch, to make it look like it's glowing. You've got these ones are for the flowers, but mainly it was all round drills. And like that looks like a stray drill as well. So yeah, I really did enjoy it. Now I block things off into squares, as you can tell from the footage. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was actually quite quick to do. I did the whole lot in 2 hours 49 minutes and 45 seconds, which is the amount of footage for the video, which obviously I've speeded up. So I did it in 3 lines. The top line took 38 minutes and 42 seconds. Which was very quick. The middle, there was a lot more to do. That took 1 hour and 12 minutes and 11 seconds, and there was quite a lot to do at the bottom, so that took 58 minutes and 52 seconds. So let's get this review sheet finished. So the canvas glue, complete stick, slippery, rivers, bubbles, etc. There were no bubbles, none whatsoever. I wouldn't expect that with a partial anyway. There were no rivers. Now I found, as you can see, it is quite slippery, which I actually thought was nice. It meant that if I didn't quite place something in its correct place, I could slide it into place. So I'm actually going to give it, I don't know if that's classed as too slippery, but I thought it was just the right amount of slippery. And there were areas where it just wasn't quite sticking, and I had to really push it down. And I've just noticed a single drill that I've missed out, which is a blue one, and I just happen to have a blue one in my leftover pile. So there we go, that's finished now. So I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 for canvas glue, because there was the odd occasion where it just wasn't sticking that well. I also found that the now this is symbol clarity. Now you'll notice that I didn't use a light pad, and that was because the symbol clarity was so good that I just felt I didn't need to. The only place I had an issue was, I don't know if I can unstick these larger ones. You see there's a nice big white area, and that made it very easy to stick. There were no training wheels, but you could quite easily place them. As you see, like, there's very few gaps, so the amount of space underneath was just the right size for the drills. What I liked about it was the colour of the symbol in most cases was much different from the finished colour. So that meant that I've got another one there, look. I'm so sorry about this, but that's actually a really good example. If I just show you this, so number 4 is actually a purple drill. There you go, that's number 4. Now if I can just find this one, there we go. So just there, I don't know if you can see it very well, it's Number 4 is actually a blue arrow pointing upwards with a red circle, and there it is there. So you can quite clearly see where to place them. So that goes there, and then that covers it up. And I've just seen another drill. There we go. That's a green drill. I don't know if they've. I have been dropping drills left, right, and centre. So there'll be the odd drill left. I really need to just give it a quick brush. But the only place I had a problem with these stars, if you look at the size of the star on there and then look at the size of the actual drill, you can see there is a big difference. So all I did really was place the star in the general in the direction, and then just sort of aim the middle of the star for the middle of the symbol. That's all I could really do. That wasn't that clear on that one. Having said that, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 stars in total. I feel really mean to give it a 9, but it wasn't 100% perfect, so I don't think I could give it a 10. The drill quality, I don't know what kind of percentages I'm looking at for wastage, but this is my trash drills. I was thinking maybe 1 per colour trash would give it a 10, and then you start losing marks from there. And I think I did count these, I'm sure I did. I've got 12. Now these are drills that aren't correct, drills that I just didn't like. Sometimes I'll put trash in that it's missed the boat. These green ones, there's a couple of flat ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's some that just aren't quite a strong enough colour. I don't know what's wrong. I think that purple it just didn't look right sitting next to the other purples. Some are just completely flat, and there's one, it's just, I don't know if it's still in the trash thing. No, I must have lost it. But there is one, it's just a little blob of nothing. There it is. Yeah, I don't know what that one's supposed to be. It just looks like like the resin gods have just cried and just dropped a tear. So there's 12 blobs, 12 trash drills in there, and I did initially decide I was going to go with 1 per colour. There's 10 colours, so for every 10 after that it will lose a mark. So I'm going to give it a 9, and I think I'm being harsh there. Design success, I would say that's absolutely perfect. It's got a nice shimmery colour for the background, so it's not matte with shiny bits. I feel special drills are enhancements, so you've already got the picture. It's a very good picture to start with, and these special drills have actually added an enhancement, so I can give it no less than a 10 on that. And then experience, I would say absolutely anybody can do this. I found this extremely easy to do. I wish I'd bought this as one of my first ones, because it really was so simple to do. You don't need to worry about blocks and confetti. Like I said, you just follow lines, and everything is a line, and it's just, you start somewhere and you go do 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 do, and it's done. The only thing that I would worry about if a beginner got this as a first one, this is completely different from normal drills. If you did this as your first one and then you went to a block, a full diamond painting, and there's no special drills, would you be disappointed? I'm at the point where I know there is a place for special drills, and there's a place for non-special drills, but I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10. I actually meant to go back to the drill quality. Did I run out? I had a hairy moment with with the number 3s, but as it happens, you see I didn't run out. This is number 1, plenty left over there. Number 2, absolutely loads. I don't think I'm probably used about half on there. Colour number 4, which was I think was one of the most numerous ones, probably not enough there to do it again, but plenty left over. And then number 5, plenty left over there. 6, quite a lot left over. There weren't that many yellows anyway. Could probably do all the yellows again with what's left over. Colour number 7, a few, but that we didn't use a lot anyway. It's mainly round here that we use this one. This isn't the same as number 3. See, one is this is a browny orange. Colour number 8, I did not like these at all. Nothing to do with the design, but these are clear with a silver backing, so these are silver, and they were, but probably enough to do them all over again. That leaves number 9 with loads of these stars left. And then lastly number 10, certainly not enough to do them all over again, but there were 3 left over, which I think is this was always going to be the hairy one. There's only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18 in total and 3 left over, so that's a little bit hairy, but plenty left over. And we've also got some hair which have just lost their way, and I could take the time and fill those up, put them back. So let's do some maths, and we can give this a percentage then. So excuse me for not being able to add up in my head. 8 plus 10 plus 10 plus 9 plus 9, so it scored 46% on the first half, and then 9 plus 9 plus 9, 10 plus 10, 47% in the second section, scoring 93% overall, which I think is a very, very good score. Would you be happy with 93%? Would you agree with that score? I certainly would buy this again. The only issue that I've got with it, I don't have an issue when they advertise. I mean, as you see on the canvas, it says 30 by 30. It's 31 by 30 on the canvas size. Now, I don't think they're lying when they say 30 by 30 for the canvas size, but this was advertised on the website as a 40 by 30, and I always count the drill area. The drill area is 23 by 23. That's a considerable amount of difference, and that's the only bugbear. And I kind of carried the marks being lost through. Having said that, this was less than £5, and I've got 3 hours worth of work out of this. You know, it's quite expensive. If you put a cost per centimetre, it's one of the more expensive ones. If you want really good value for money, get yourself a really big one. They have their own challenges, but they will keep you going for weeks. I did one before. It's quite expensive at about £40, but I just kept on at that and on and on and on. I spent many hours, and it worked out at something like £1 an hour, whereas this has worked out at about a couple of quid an hour. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this review. I certainly enjoyed making it. I will be putting another one up next month. I will be aiming to do one of these reviews the first Sunday of every month. What I'm looking at doing is I did a Fansells review recently, and I did ask people just to sort of ask, you know, what they wanted to do. I think that was probably a big ask. I want to keep these reviews to 40 by 30. I think that they're a good benchmark. They're large enough to get some detail, but they're small enough to be able to complete within a month. So I think what I'm going to do is on the second or third Sunday of every month, I'm going to post up say 3 diamond paintings, maybe do an unboxing of 3, and then ask you guys for your opinions, and then I will start work on whichever one you like the best, and then we will I mean, they'll all get done eventually, but whichever one comes last, we'll take that one out, and then we'll add maybe 2 more in, and every month we can get you to pick which one you want to do. So yeah, I will leave you with that then. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I haven't decided which one I'm going to do for next month. I might do a, shall we do a Suicide Squad? Let's do a Harley Quinn next month. Okay, so I'll see you next month then.